What's up, everybody? I'm out here in the barn again tonight, freezing my ass off. So I'm gonna try to get a little fire going in the wood burner. I probably won't feel it. This place is massive and you only feel it if you're standing right in front of it over there, but I like the popping, cracking noise in the background and the sight of it. So I gotta get some kindling cut. So stick around if you guys wanna watch that. I'll go through the process of getting the fire started. Some of you may know how to do it, some of you may not. So if I can teach one person, I guess that's worth it to me. So stick around. So now that I got my kindling cut, I'll get this thing going. So normally, if I wasn't trying to show a more correct way to do it, I would be starting it with my weed burner right there. It's a lot faster. If you have one of those, I'd highly suggest just using that or some kind of a torch. But if you just have, want to use matches, whatever. I got some lint, dry lint from the house. So I'm gonna use that as a base with some cardboard. And then I'm just gonna get it loaded up enough for, to get it started with some kindling on top of that. Try to do a little bit of a layer. And then once I get that good foundation going, then I'll start adding some big logs. So I guess check it out. So I'm gonna start out, I'm gonna put a pretty good sized log in the back. And get that staged in there. Take my lint, build a nice little pile here in front. Just an ignition source, something light's easy, nice and dry. Get some cardboard. Make sure you keep an open spot where you can still get to your lint or whatever paper you're trying to, use. Don't cover it up. Kindling's a little bit bigger, thicker than I would like, really, but it was some good hard oak from some down trees that I cut over the summer. They've been laying down for quite a few years, so they were nice and dry already. And then, just splitting them was horrible. Even with a big splitter, a power splitter, it was everything this thing had to get through these. So trying to chop kindling with it was a pain in the ass, but we'll work with what we got. So that lint lights up real quick. Keep your flute open all the way when you're starting. You're gonna want as much air getting in there as possible in the beginning till it gets going good and hot. Then you can start shutting the door. You want to keep it cracked a little bit so you can get air to it, because you still want to stoke that fire till you get a good base of coals going, and then you can start loading your logs in. But so it's starting up pretty good already. This one also has an electric plug with a fan, built-in fan, and a fan behind it. So kick that on. That'll start sucking that draft up. Don't leave your burner with that door wide open. I mean, you never know what might pop out of there, depending on the kind of wood you're using, so you don't want to have any kind of hazard. Well, while I wait for this thing to warm up, I figure I can talk a little bit. How many of you out there have wood burners in your shops or homes, barns, you know, whatever? Insulated, preferably, because like I said, this thing, it don't matter how hot you get it, unless you're standing 5 feet in front of it, you can't really feel it. So I just like it for the noise and the scenery in the background. When I look over, I can see it. You know, something comforts me, relaxes me a little bit, especially on like a night like tonight. I come out here a little heated, aggravated. We've been trying to get Jesse into sports, learning some stuff. He's 6 years old. You know, never played any sports yet. We got him in flag football, hoping he would learn something this year, and he's just not getting the playing time like we would hope to be able to learn something. You know, at his age, I understand there's kids on the team that play better, that have been playing this for, you know, longer. They know the game, but at the same time, he's 6 years old. You know, what do you expect? I put him in these sports to be able to learn the game, and you know, what's the point if you don't get to play? I believe at this age, kids are supposed to start learning the fundamentals, start getting their confidence built up, not, you know, being set on the sideline and watching their team play every game, every play. It's bad on a confidence at a kid's age like that. You know, save the championship and the winning mentality for the children when they get older, and it matters. Right now, they're 6 to 8 years old. They're not, you know, they're not trying to win championships. There's no money on the line. So let the kids learn, you know, that's what we're here for. And it's just not happening for us, so we're gonna figure something else out. But he has fun, you know, shows up every day, shows up every practice, every game. He's got a great attitude, you know. There's no reason he shouldn't be playing and learning the game, having fun. So that's my little spiel tonight. Hoping this, like I said, this will calm me down to where I get chilled out a little bit and can focus on what I need to do. But what do you guys think about that? You know, kids at that age, what's the purpose for them playing sports? You know, have these kids who never played anything at this age yet. That's what it's all about, learning, you know, building that confidence. So if you're not doing that for these kids, then what's the point, you know? So anyways, that's enough me crying tonight. All right, we got her getting pretty hot now. So a little bit longer, and I'll start throwing, you know, some good sized logs on there and get them going. So that's all you're looking for. Nice hot bed, good heat, something that's gonna, you know, hold into the larger logs. So just be patient with it. It takes time. All right, I'm gonna start, get me a big log in there, get it, start cooking. This thing don't hold very much, so one at a time, maybe two, depending on the size, but that's pretty much it. Let's get the fire going, keep that air to it. Again, wait to close it off all the way until you got a good established fire and bed of coals. But all right, thanks for sticking with me. Hope you guys enjoy it.